Going on a real-time adventure here. I am not gonna lie to you. It's scary down here. I do not like it. I don't want to be down here. Come on in and check out this gold mine I found. Let's see what we can see here. It's a little tight. Looks like the stalls aren't holding up the roof anymore. That's probably not a real good sign. There's a little bit of vein there. Yikes. That's a tight spot. Let's see if I can get through that hole. Okay. Maybe if I go on my belly. Wow. Well, that was scary. That's really not a good spot. I probably shouldn't even be down here. Look at these big chunks that have fallen off the hanging wall. There's the vein. Some pillars they left. There's some stalls. Oh, this is a creepy one. Let's see. We're going on a real-time adventure here. There's a nice little vein showing. Oh yeah. All right, we'll be working some of that for sure. And oh man, these stalls are old, rotten. It must have been rich because they took almost all the quartz. Well, here's a little look at the vein. And it looks like they kind of opened up an area here where they could at least get in and work. And then they just chipped the vein down. It's maybe a foot or 16 inches, a little bigger over there. But they just worked as far as they could down into that little crack. And they probably just stopped where they couldn't go anymore. Oh, my light sucks. The one that was on my hat fell off in the hike up, so I'm on my backup light here. But let's get up here and see if we can find any gold in the face. Can you see that? Let's see if I can get my light right. That looks pretty good. Chipping in there a little bit. There's some more gray looking stuff. There's some good looking stuff right here. See right in there. I'm going to try and work this piece off the hanging wall here. I got my little roto hammer, little hammer chisel. Let's see how this goes here. Oh boy. Well, here's a few pieces I got off the wall. And there's some really nice looking stuff right in here, right in there. And it kind of wraps around in this band. Piece of gold right there. And all this black stuff. Nice little piece. Putting stuff in my bag there. See about breaking this thing some more. This is some really, really rich stuff. But I am not going to lie to you. I'm not at all ashamed of saying this. It's scary down here. I do not like it. I don't want to be down here. I'm going to get this back to the shop and get it crushed up. it's going to be absolutely loaded. Look at that. I've gone around the Stoope in a couple different places, tried to chip in the walls, and it's just too dang hard. It's just way too hard. And whoever was in here mining last, they got all the way as far as they could with hammer and chisel until it was too hard. So I can't do much else. But what I have found is I'm sitting, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm sitting on a pile of old muck. And I don't know if this is something that the miners left or forgot about, but I've been going through it and I've been finding lots and lots of really good gold. I'm kind of zeroing in on what to look for now. So I'm going to keep going through this because I don't have to break it and I can get a lot of volume through and look at all the pieces. And so I'm going to take a very small amount of muck back with me, but it'll be hopefully the super highest grade stuff. I'm getting a ton of gold, just lots of gold. I bet I'm getting every piece has gold, or at least every other piece has gold on the surface. And I've probably got, I don't know, 10, 15 pounds. So I got a little brave and I went up into the Stoope and found this pillar. And look here along the hanging wall. I don't know if I can point and run the camera at the same time. But there's gold in the face down there, right about the middle of the screen. Oh, and then look over here. Somebody's been picking over here on this pillar. Right up in there. There's gold in the face. Oh, you're really, really not supposed to pick on these pillars. There's gold up there. See it? Here, let's try it here. See it in there? Look over here. See that piece? Right there at the edge of the... Oh, look at that piece. I need to bring tweezers next time and just pull out tweezers. Oh. All right. Oh. I might pick a little bit at it. Let me pick a little bit at it. I'm just going to be real delicate here. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. Let's see, can you see there? Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to pick off some of that stuff. Now, if I can just be real gentle and just grab the loose stuff. Okay, well, there's not much loose stuff. Keep my eye on that piece of gold. Oh, all right. Gentle, gentle. Gentle, gentle. Oh, all right. There it is. There it is. Oh. Easy. Easy, easy. Easy does it. Oh, yeah. Look at that. A little gold wire sticking up out of there. Ooh. Whoa. Easy. Look at that piece of gold, huh? Whoa! Man. Look at that little nugget. Yeah, buddy. Oh, that is nice. That is nice stuff. Woo! All right. I think that one should go in my pocket, huh? Well, we've moved over to the other side of this pillar, and I just knocked off that piece of quartz that had that gold sticking out of it. Whoa. I'm all right. Tip of my finger. There you go. See it? Yeah, buddy. More gold. Man, my sack's getting heavy, but it's full of gold. Loaded with gold. I'm going to pick a little bit more on that pillar down here on the footwalls where I'm finding the gold. And then I don't want to chip too much on it because that's the only thing holding up the ceiling. Okay, let's see what I can get going here. So there's a already existing crack right here. Oh yeah. Yeah. There we go. Oh, okay, what do we got on this piece? Ooh, yeah. More gold, lots of gold. Okay, well, I've worked through my pile of muck here. Here's all the quartz that I'm not going to take with me. I got probably half a bag there, like 20, 25 pounds. And so I'm pretty much finished processing at this point. I want to get out of here and not get squashed. But curiosity is going to hopefully not kill the cat here, because I found a little Winze over here. Oh, get through this little tight spot. Oh boy. And then if you look down, there's a Winze down there. So I'm going to do my best to film this, and we'll go explore and figure out what is going on down here. So we're going along, and then here's another draw point, it looks like. It goes up into the Stoope. So it looks like this tunnel I'm in now, or this adit, is underneath the Stoope, and they sent ore down those draw points to this transfer tunnel. And I'm assuming this goes out somewhere down to a mill. Someone's been in here flagging, probably sampling years ago. Oh, there's an old piece of steel. That's kind of cool. Drill steel. Maybe they had jack legs in here. And now we're coming around the corner here. Oh, uh-oh. What do we got here? We got a bunch of planks. And then we got a big hole. Goes down, way down. Long way down. Ladders down there. And it keeps going over that way. But I'm not going to be able to get over there. It looks like it goes up there a little bit on the left. Big ore draw point there on the right. But this is the end of the line for me. I'm not going down there, that's for sure. So let me go back to one of those draw points, and we'll go up into the Stoope in a different spot. Well, we just came up that draw point, and it's a lot shorter than the one I went down. But here's the vein. We're right in the edge of the Stoope. There's the hanging wall looks like it's in better shape here. Not a lot of rocks coming down. There's a little pillar they left. Looks like kind of carved out a little ore chute there. A little transfer tunnel. I cannot believe how these guys did all this work back in the day. Either by hand or by, I mean, even if they were hand stealing or if they were drilling with a jackleg, This is unbelievably hard work. Setting stalls. Ooh, there's a little slip right there. And this hanging wall, that's a real weak spot in the hanging wall. That's probably why they left that pillar and got a bunch of these stalls up here. Let's go up here a little bit. We'll look at this pillar. Get my footing here. Oh, huh. Looks like somebody was in here kind of mining out, robbing that pillar there a little bit, huh? They left some, but not a lot. And then there's a bunch of rocks that are coming down from the hanging wall. So that's kind of nasty. But look here, that hanging wall is real nice. There. Another pillar up here. Ooh, but look at that. Big slabs have come down. Big chunks of the hanging wall. Yeah, that's no good. Let's look at this pillar here. Ooh. Oh, that's ugly. Look at that. That pillar's all broken. It all fell down. I don't know if somebody was picking on it or if it shifted and the hanging wall or footwall moved just a little bit and it sheared that pillar. See those cracks in it? Yeah, see, it's all just broken. That pillar's not doing nothing. So I don't like to be sitting there. So this is probably one of the richest mines I've ever been in. I mean, being able to just pick gold off the wall like that is just crazy. I mean, there's not very many places in the world you can do that. But it's also one of probably the scariest mines I've ever been in, because having that hanging wall falling off and there's big chunks and it's all ravelly and you don't know if you just touch it with your hard hat and it comes down on you. So I was on pins and needles the whole time, but I'm glad I went in. I probably won't be coming back. It just wigs me out too much. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe so you can tune in for part 2 when we run all this gold through our system and see how much we get. So thanks again, and we'll see you on the next video.